I can see you in here.
Hi, how are you?
I'm good. How about you?
I'm good. I'm good. Just chilling.
Yeah, just taking it easy on it. I mean, it's Friday, so
I
just
know.
time to relax, lean into the weekend.
Friday's such a weird day because I'm sure you feel this as an artist. It's kind of like this, like you chug through the week with anxieties and like things you have to do, dreams you want to accomplish. And then you get to Friday and you realize you've done like 10% of that. And it's just like, well, finally, maybe I could sleep in.
I've been waiting to give myself permission to do the whole damn week. And
Yeah, yeah. You kind of like emotionally crash. Do you feel that though? Like in terms of your music and your artistry and the hustle of nature of this industry, like
oh
they're just
man.
the weekend is crashing.
No. I like the grind is constant, to be honest. I mean, I have another, like I have a full-time job. Like music is absolutely not how I pay the bills. Like I work for a public health agency here in town in Austin. And so I kind of like, I feel like I just get in the routine of like go, 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 like I do that. And when I'm not doing that, I'm like hustling with music. So I mean, sometimes the weekend hits and I'm like, yeah, the weekend is here. And I'm like, all right, now it's time to like meet with all these people. It's time to, work on these demos, whatever. So
Yeah.
never ends.
You never, wow, public health and artists. Like it's funny because uh I just spoke to a rapper who's an accountant, and there's certain jobs like everybody thinks 9 to 5 as an artist. There's a typical waiter, but like I know artists that are and tech engineers and then artists, and it feels like, but public health is such a that's a heavy job.
Yeah, it is. Well, I studied public health in college and I didn't study music or anything. Like I didn't want to do music, to be honest. Didn't like plan for it. So I've been working in public health for a few years now, and I was prepared for my whole life to be about it. So that's it's funny to picture a rapper being an account though. It's kind of like it like it's like just the poster like boring job,
Yeah,
and like rapping seems so like exciting and like engaging.
yeah.
So it's funny to see like the duality of that person maybe.
Well, when we were talking about like the issue of time. Like it took him 6 years to do this debut.
Wow.
He's working like 70 hours sometimes a week, especially during IRS season. But he was so chill about it. And I'm like, how, time is such an anxious thing for artists. And then the density, I think public health, I've worked for nonprofits, I've worked in those sectors. There's a density to those jobs. There could be really dense, heavy days that the idea of making a song, unless it's because you're like emotionally, you need to get it out, is really hard.
Yeah, it is. It's you leave feeling really drained a lot of the time. And yeah, it's like emotionally dense, I would say sometimes, depending on the day. Like I work in immunizations, so I did all the COVID response stuff, and like absolutely anything musical I was working on came to an absolute halt at that time. And like yeah, there are days where it is like that's it's funny you talk about like just writing a song, like having it be an emotional like outpour kind of thing. That's kind of the only way I can write music, probably because I'm so extended. But who knows what it'd be like if I wasn't. But yeah, it's a grind.
Well, lately I've been trying to, I was just talking to another artist and we were talking about like what inspires. And she was saying, oh, I go for what's personal. Like I have to have felt it. But she was also kind of like, I only feel heartbreak. So that has me alarmed. And I was telling her, like, I actually lately have been getting really into reality shows as like song inspiration
Oh wow.
because you also don't go through every, like, I think music has to be an exaggeration of feelings sometimes. So I don't know if I've ever felt a great love or a great heartbreak. So like when I put like Love is Blind, I'm just like, let me just jot down this toxic right here.
Let
You know, let me
me try to feel what they're feeling.
yeah, let me just try to visualize. But yeah, so there was this element of like looking for other places to imagine the places you haven't gone, but also the fear that comes with realizing that the places you have gone are kind of dark.
Yeah. And they are. And in that moment, like anytime I have written something, it feels so real and so like inevitable and like all encompassing, and like it's just like any emotion, like it's so fickle, but like when you come out of it later, it's I've had this feeling several times where I've looked back, listened back on the song, and have been like, wow, I can't believe I was so in that. Like that was my reality in that moment. And it's changed. But you know, at the same time, I'm thankful to have it like, you know, a snapshot of it in a
Yeah.
song.
Do you try when you get really into a feeling, as you step out of it, do you at least lyrically try to kind of have some resolve with the feeling or give it a level of hope? Like if you're talking about heartbreak, let's end the song with, I hope I find somebody else, somebody, or like I'm better because I knew how bad you were.
I don't know. To be honest, I don't know if I think about it as much. I do kind of like let the raw um moment kind of come out, like with the song I put out in February. It's called Island, and it's very much a breakup song. And it's like the lyrics are kind of like, I found this like really idyllic kind of escape from reality with you, and it's so excellent, but now I finally realize like what it is. Like I see it for what it is,
Mhm.
and I know that it's wrong and I can't stay here. And that's kind of like, it just maintains that message throughout the song, where it's just like, it's, I guess it's just like me ruminating on it and being like kind of telling the story of like, we met, our hearts like, you know, melded, and then I like lived in delusion for a little bit, and then I realized what it was. And so I don't know if I feel like I don't write as like thoughtfully with like the end goal as much. I just am like, what, here it is.
Yeah, just purge it and move away from it.
Kind of, for better or worse, maybe another song comes up later that then concludes whatever
Repurchase
it was. Yeah.
it.
Maybe.
Repurchase it. Yeah, because sometimes it's funny, you were talking and I'm like, how, you know, for all the breakup songs we write, how many times did we break up? You know what I mean? Like I think I've had like 2 major breakups and there's like at least 50 million songs.
Yeah, right. But there's like, I don't know, there's it's one of the strongest emotions, like detaching from somebody. So I feel like it just evokes so much.
It's funny because I was talking, I always bring up what other artists say because like I think there is interconnections. And I was speaking to one artist and he was saying that maybe there is a level of unhealing to artists. You know, like the songwriting isn't healing. It's just the acknowledgement of the wound. And we kind of take it as healing. So when we keep on writing the same theme, it's because it's still there.
Hmm. Right. It hasn't been fully
You can't,
like closed.
yeah, you haven't gotten over it. Or you haven't gotten over the feeling or the betrayal. And I think there's a level of truth to that because lately I've been doing so many interviews and everybody's talking about how they only write heartbreak songs.
Wow.
And I'm like, and he said that, and I was like, I think what surprises me, not about simply about the artist community, but about the world community, is just like how unhealed everybody is, how sad they are
Yeah.
on a basic level.
Well, yeah, and I could also see it being an artist thing where artists are like, maybe we're difficult to date. I don't know, because we're dreamers. Like I might be, I don't know, but uh like you just, I feel like we seek out experiences sometimes, and
Mm,
if you don't like have the resources or whatever to like go to therapy and heal yourself and change in the future, like you will repeat habits. So
yeah.
who's to say which it is, but like I will say yeah, heartbreak is constant. I just have a couple of friends that are going through it, and I feel like kind of caught in the middle of it all, and like trying to like be not necessarily like a liaison, but like just and not conflict mediate either, but just hear each of their sides and know that the truth is somewhere in between, and like and just how to support them each, um and how like just seeing them both change so much
Yeah.
throughout it is like really interesting to see from the outside, and like moving, because it reminds me of the few um it reminds me of the moments like that I've grown coming out of relationships ending, and I've yeah, it's, I don't know, grounding or something.
Yeah, I mean, it's always, I think there's also a level, I think there's a level of delusion to artists, like because we work on exaggerating feelings, there's a little bit of an exaggerated vision of what is love. So I can't imagine that our delusion is easy to date a little bit. Like we can't just fall in love. We have to fall the hardest in
Yeah.
love. So, and I also think like when we see others going through it, we have like this judgment. There's also a level of judgmentalness, I think, to artists too.
I could I could see that depending on what it's about. Like I feel like I can be like kind of, I'm picky in my own way. Like if I'm gonna date another artist, at least I have like I want to really like care and respect about their art too. And that's like, I don't know if that's normal, but that's probably normal for people who date artists, period. I guess I don't know, but like for me, I fall harder if they're doing something that I'm like bewildered by, you know?
Yeah, no, I think that's actually normal. I think everybody, like, I want to date somebody who I admire their work or their approach to it. Because I think it says something about who they are, their creativity, their determination. And you just want to make sure they put that in the relationship too.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh my
But
gosh.
I don't think you're abnormal. I think that like talking to you in terms of artists in relationships, I think that we are very feeling people and we go through a lot of high highs and low lows. And the danger is that in being artists, we can see that, we can feel that, we can express that, but can we actually release it?
Mm, yeah.
I think that's the big question, whether artists can do that and whether that's dateable.
Right. Ooh, that needs to be, honestly, I've been saying that needs to be a dating show. Like with my artist friends, we're like, who's gonna do a reality show about artists dating? Because like that would be so fun to watch.
OMG, like oh my God, a reality TV show where artists are not only dating, but they're creating music and they have to like figure out who they would best make a song with slash romance.
Well, and
And
that's kind of, I think there was like a Bachelor season that had music. It's the only season of The Bachelor I ever watched, but they were all like pop musicians, you know, and like got paired up, and they had to like write music together. And so it was kind of like that, but it wasn't like, I think they could do something much messier, like put them
yeah,
in like artsy how it's like visual, and like maybe they work on something together, but not even necessarily like uh, yeah,
well,
they should, yeah.
but they could work on something together. And then it's like, if you start dating somebody else, you can't finish the project. And then
Ooh,
like, am I staying with you because I know we have a good song? Or I resent you because we started making a great album and you started dating Brenda.
now that is juicy.
That is because like legit, I have literally seen artists stay dating somebody because they're making a song.
Oh, that stresses me out.
What I mean, it's horrible because there's something like very Game of Thrones-y, like I'm using you, but it's also like you kind of say, I think when you fall in love with somebody's artistic self, it's harder to kind of realize you're not in love with their real self because who they become is like fascinating to you. So there's a little bit of like, I'm just staying with you. I'm not even dating you. I'm just staying. You're frustrated. Again. You're like, you're frustrated again.
I am. I can't help but like feel the weight of that. Like it's hard to separate myself from that because I'm scared of that for myself. But I mean it makes, at the same time, it like makes a lot of sense for somebody to do that because it is such like a rough time. And if you do like the art you're making together, like I would understand it. But it'd be so hard. It personally be so hard for me to even like, I could not fake anything. I would just have to sever it like that, you know.
I want to be fake though. I think fake people. I say that all the time. Like I admire fake people because they're just like climbing to the top. But I think the key to being fake is being focused on your goal, like having loyalty to your dream.
Right.
In such a way that it's like everybody has like multiple loyalties and they interchange, but I think a fake person is so loyal to their dream that they will just do anything for it. So in a way, I don't judge them. I think I'm fascinated by them because I've been loyal to love. I've been loyal to family. I've been loyal to jobs. But to have that level of loyalty to your dream,
that's a game changer. It is.
it is a game changer.
It is. I wonder if there's more of that in like in Austin. The scene's pretty like laid back and people are pretty like genuine sweethearts, at least the people I've found. But I don't know if I've met anybody quite like that yet. I feel like that kind of person might exist in LA, which is maybe how they're doing well. But
yeah. I would say in LA and New York, because I also think there are way more artists. Like Austin has a big artist scene, but it's been on the up and up. Whereas New York has never not had an overwhelming, oversaturated like artist sector.
Yeah.
Like people come here to be artists. People go to LA to be actors in Hollywood. So I think when you have so many people with the same dream, being super competitive, not really knowing how they stand out, especially because like when you look at like places like Hollywood or even like the music industry, everybody's kind of the same, but different. And it's really small. There's only like 10 people on the radio. You're just kind of like, I think that like there is this level, somebody said you need to be a little narcissistic. You need to be a little like,
delusional.
I am the best.
Yeah, I've been saying that to my friends who aren't musicians. I've told them like I have almost had to be delusional, exactly what you're saying, like be like, people want to hear this. They want to see me on stage playing guitar. I'm gonna go. They want me there, so I gotta go because only they want me, no other reason. Like it sounds.
Your eyes went crazy when you did that. You're like, they're gonna love me.
They're gonna love me. They're gonna do a standing applause. Like you have to like believe that, which is, you know, at the beginning, the imposter syndrome's real, especially for somebody like I only started playing music like this, like I wrote my first song at the beginning of 2019. So it's like I said, I was never wanting to be in a band, but like as somebody who's new to it and like try to put myself out there, it's even harder because of the imposter syndrome. Like this whole time I've been like, am I a musician? I don't know. And then in this past year, I was like, oh, I guess I am. I guess I'm going to start saying that, like telling people that, you know, and
yeah, I mean, I want to be more delusional. I feel like I don't suffer from imposter syndrome and not believing I'm an artist. I suffer from imposter syndrome in the sense of like, I become hyper aware there's like a game and then I get put off by it. If you know what, like the fake person that I admire them because like they realize there's a game and their loyalty to their dream is so powerful that they're like, I'll play it. But it's like you go into this room and everybody, like, no smile is genuine. Everybody wants something out of someone.
Uh,
It's just a feeling of, it almost closes me off because I want genuine relationships. I want to give and I want to receive. And it's almost like in that room, that's not how it works. Like that's how it says it works. But there's also like a level of like Game of Thrones.
yeah, a little cutthroat. And I understand why.
Yeah, it is business.
But yeah, it's like it's showbiz, baby, whatever. But like I do have a goal of like reducing, like, or I don't know, just interacting with that as little as possible throughout my music career. And like luckily I haven't had to work with too many people that have that attitude, and
Yeah.
like I said, the Austin scene's great, but it sounds like, do you live in New York?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm thinking about moving there, and I'm really,
Keep my contact.
yeah.
Keep
I'm
my
really
contact.
scared. Oh my God, I will. I'm coming up there in like 10 days actually, to we're gonna do
Oh,
a little like tour in like NYC and Philly. I was gonna go solo, but then my keys player wanted to come, so they're coming with me, and we're gonna play a couple shows like with musicians up there that like, just friends basically.
can you come for the summer?
Yeah, I'll probably come back for the summer.
Because New York, I think there's no better place than New York for the summer. So the best time to feel the best of New York is the summer. But yeah, I mean, it's hard because like New York is one of the loneliest places that you will find. When you find your people, it will be so fulfilling. But it's if you find them, when you find them, like it can be very isolating and lonely. And then you find one person and it's like the most magical bond you'll ever have because they see you. They see you're crazy. They see you're weird. They see your vision. You're funny. So it's such a weird thing because it can be very depressing and then like very exuberant. And it's that yo-yo that people become addicted to or feel like kills them.
I'm, you're talking about something that that I definitely considered. I flew up there a couple weeks ago for my birthday, and I've got a couple friends up there, but they were all working during the day like responsible adults.
Yeah.
And I was like, damn, what am I gonna do with myself? And I felt that isolation. I was like, riding, like taking the public transportation, like finding a park, and I was like reading my book, and I was like, okay, like what do I do? Like I don't know what
Yeah.
to do with myself. Even I was thinking about like how independent and like powerful I feel like in my city in Austin, like, and I'm like, I can go anywhere. And then I hit New York and I'm like, this place like somehow like sucks the air out of me all of a sudden. Like
Yeah.
I feel comfortable in so many places, and I just felt so isolated, even as
Yeah.
like, extroverted person. And then, but at night I would like link up with my friends, meet people, go to a show, and just feel like, like
Yeah.
I'm back, I'm here. But
Yeah.
night and day.
Well, I mean, New York is like the biggest place to make you feel small. And then you add on that I think a lot of artists, like you were saying, like staying home during the day, like something about artists, we just want to leave our house. We don't like staying in, like too much silence kills us because I think by nature we're overthinkers. So
Maybe so. I feel like it depends on the art, because I mean, maybe it's, once again, maybe it's an Austin thing, but I have so many friends here that are like, they're like peace and quiet and soft, sad music.
oh, okay. Well, good for them. Well, F New York then. No, but like, yeah, I mean, it could be, I think that because it's such a fast-paced hustle culture, silence is like an emotional crash. Because you'll just be going and then you stop and then it's like, where was I going? Like, how was I moving? Should I be moving like that? Like, it's really hard to find balance. But when you do, it's like, it's almost the greatest balance you'll ever find because you're coming from such an imbalanced place.
Right. It seems like just looking at my friends' lives that are up there, it's easy to turn into a workaholic, but at the same time, like I don't know, I like the culture of like getting your like little day plan like together in your bag and like
Yeah.
going out to work and being like, I'm not coming home till 10 p.m. Like it's 8 a.m. I'm
You're not
going.
gonna see me.
You're not gonna see me. Like, I'm not coming back. Like, I have everything I need. Like, I'm being pushed out of my little box onto the street, and like I'm going to work, then I'm going to yoga, I don't know, and then I'm
Yeah.
going to a show, and like there's dinner, and like that's like for me, that's like once a week, maybe two, because I'm an extrovert. But up there, it's like every day
Yeah.
almost. And I kind of love that. I kind of want to be just I just want to be kicked out into the street and be like, this is my life now. I'm living here
Yeah. You
outside, you know?
almost, yeah, I get it. Like, you almost want to get kicked in the balls a little bit because I think that the danger of like chill places is that you love the chillness so much, you don't want to disrupt it. You want to go, you don't want to be the hustler in a chill place. You don't want to be the overactive, overthinking person when everybody's just like, we're in a couch smoking weed and making a song. Like, stop it. Like, why are you thinking of publicity strategy?
You're talking about me right now in Austin. And it's freaking me out because I want to, like, every time I talk to somebody from New York, I'm like, fuck, I want to move there right now. Like, I
Yeah,
will,
because you're like, I want my anxiety to be acknowledged and safe.
and shared.
Yeah, because that's the thing about chill places. You're just like, are you guys okay with staying here? Because like there's a 50,000 person stadium I want to pack, and we're not gonna do it just sitting on the couch. So let's
No,
go.
we're not. I gotta kick some people's asses out here because I'm let's look alive, you know?
Yeah.
Let's get some wind underneath our wings, and that's what it takes.
Come on, people. Come on. No, but I always end interviews because we're like nearing 30 minutes. I always end interviews like picking out like oracle cards. Would you like me to read some for you?
Sure.
So you got persevere and you will overcome problems. You got I, psychic ability, trust your intuition, and you got bat, take care, enemies are working against you. So it's kind of like, it's so interesting because it's kind of saying like you have to you have to level up in your determination because there's also people around you that don't want you as determined. And they kind of feed that energy of you that holds you back. And it's sometimes it could be really subtle. It doesn't have to be like I think I'm gonna call this interview Game of Thrones because I named it so many, but it doesn't have to be like so Game of Thronesy where like it's overt. Like sometimes it's like if you're having a lazy day and your friend is like, well, stay lazy, you know? So but it's like you have this, you're way more intuitive than you think. Like something inside you is telling you what you need to do, but you're not surrounded exactly by the people that push you to do it or help you to do it. So maybe that New York thing is your gut telling you like it's time to wipe the slate because you got wind chimes, peace and harmony, table, hard work ahead, and feather, someone you know is undependable and insincere. So like you are more at peace with yourself when you're working hard. And because you're not feeling like you're in a place with people that push you to do that or are doing that, there's this part of you that is more insecure. It's like you are more secure when there's anxiety. And it's kind of like, so let me just elaborate that. But you have like hard work ahead and you got the I, which is psychic intuition. So there's definitely change or desire for change that you're going to move upon. And your last three cards are someone new is entering your life, chair filled, tortoise, slowly but surely, you're getting ahead. And mountain road, you are on the road to success. So who knows, maybe this will transform you, but it definitely feels like there's going to be big changes in your life that you are going to make. And you need to, because you're stuck. You have like stuck energy that you're comfortable with. And you're comfortable and uncomfortable at the same time. It's kind of like saying, like I said, you have a friend that doesn't mind you being lazy, knowing that they know your dreams. And you want friends that say, no, like, no, Bish, get up. I know it's 6 o'clock in the morning, but we have to do this music video. And we got to do it on a dime and we need the light. So let's go. Yeah, maybe you will move to New York.
I think it's gonna happen. I think I'm just gonna keep visiting till I live there.
Yeah, maybe in your next 2 visits, you'll just be like, what? My luggage is in your closet? That's crazy. I'm staying.
I'm just gonna like start like leaving things in friends' places and like just moving it. They're not even gonna know it. They're gonna be like, what's this tooth? It's gonna be little things. And then I'm just gonna show up there and be like, I don't have a place in Austin anymore. So
you're gonna need a calendar to be like, she says she was staying for 2 weeks, and that was in August, and we're in November.
Honestly, my friends better watch out.
All right. Well, I hope that motivated you and resonated and gave you good vibes. It's oracle cards, so they're supposed to be truthful and positive and elevating. And it seems like you're on the road to success. You just need to go to the places and people that help you there.
Right. That's so exciting. Thank you so much for that reading and the interview. And it passed so fast. I didn't even realize it.
I know. But message me like when you come to New York, especially in the summer. It could be a guide. It could help you out. And just like you're going to need somebody. You're going to need some cool friends because it's going to be rough, but good.
I would love that. You seem like a very cool friend. And do you have like, can I get your Instagram or something? Or should I?
Let me put it on the chat. It's at DeandraReviewsItAll.com. And my email is DeandraReviews@gmail. I literally gave it to Michael, has it. So that's my Insta. And then my email.
Diandra Reviews It All. Okay, great. I just followed you. So, and then do you prefer Instagram or email if I were to hit you, like when I do hit you up?
I would think email.
Okay.
I would think email because I do Insta, like I post or you could do both, but I usually check. I'm very good about checking my emails, but if you did both, the more the merrier. Copy and paste.
Sweet.
But thank you so much for this interview. This was awesome. I'm so happy you're on the road to success, and I wish you all the luck.
Thank you so much for the time. I look forward to reading it, and I'll see you in New York.
Yeah, see you in New York. Bye.
Bye.